Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the next episode of The Creative Niche. Today we have Mike Bendele here from Ottoville Hardware and Furniture. So welcome to the podcast, Mike.
Thank you, Jason. Glad to be here.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time.
Oh boy.
So when we all the stories from mom and dad back when they was getting ready to start the stained glass business, and you also know that after they started that stained glass business and we thought about relocating, it was your dad that really was the spurring moment that we thought we needed to come over closer to Ottoville. So we're going to get to that story here in a little bit.
All right.
But just as a quick introduction, Mike, what can you tell us about Ottoville Hardware and Furniture? Where was the history on where it got started, and what drew all of your family back into that business?
Well, it all started in 1934 with my grandfather buying the hardware store. So it was only a hardware. And where the buildings are now, it would be the building closest to the Ottoville Bank. So it was 25 by approximately 100 feet. And as time went on, Dad got involved in the business. Grandpa passed away in about 1964, so then it was my dad and Grandma. So as time went on, as I got older, I kept thinking, yes, I think I want to get involved in the business, but I'm not going to do so unless my two brothers come with me.
So your family was the draw, really. I mean,
yes.
on continuing in on the business. Normally people don't like to work with their family, Mike.
Well, yeah, there's pros and cons.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But I thought I wanted to get involved, but not alone. So it was kind of an easy decision. If Jim and Dan didn't come with me, then I was going to do something else. So as I got older, I even started college in engineering classes thinking, just not sure if I want to get involved or not. But soon I changed my mind and thought, yeah, Dad needs me in there, so let's go for it. And then by that time, Dan and Jim pretty much sounded like they were going to get involved.
So you was the oldest, right?
I'm the oldest.
And then is it Dan and then Jim? Or
Dan's 2 years younger than I am, and then Jim is 5 years younger than I am.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Yeah. When you guys came into it, how old was your dad? Because it sounded like, did your grandpa pass away at a reasonably young age, I guess you would say?
Yeah, he would have been in his 50s. So it was 1964 when he died. And that would have made Dad between 25 and 30. So just him and Grandma, yes. And it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
And they grew it to, did they go to the furniture and appliances, or did you guys do that?
Dad started the appliances, I think it was in the 40s. Furniture in the 50s. And floor covering started in the 50s. Then he also got involved in the lawnmower business. That would have been in the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
With Simplicity and Toro. And that lasted until about the late 80s or 90s when he got out of the lawnmower business. Dad kept saying, it's hard to go from selling a lawnmower or fixing a lawnmower, then you have to go sell a sofa.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Too much grease, too much oil.
Yeah. Too much dirt. And then I think he just got sick and tired of people would come in January and want to start talking lawnmower. And he was just too busy with other things, and he got fed up with that. So that was the end of the lawnmower business.
Well, with the lawn garden business, we know a little bit of something about that.
Yeah.
So with the lawn garden business, and the unfortunate thing is most people, when they come into the lawn garden business, they're not overly happy. Something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a problem.
The belt broke, and you don't have the belt.
Yeah.
You have to get it because the yard's growing like crazy, and I don't have a mower.
Yeah.
So
just rain, and the grass is 8 inches tall.
And who wants to buy a mower? It's a necessity, right?
Right.
I heard we had a guest in here one time, and he was down around from I think it was St. Henry or New Bremen area, and you know how well they keep their properties down there.
Yeah.
And he said, he said, we don't have rules there. We have standards.
We have standards.
You know, like if your yard's not mowed by 3:00 on Saturday, somebody's calling. You know, I mean,
they're particular people.
They're very, you know, the German Catholic type people. They are. We know how it is and how it's supposed to be, and you didn't follow the rule, or not the rule, the standard.
So had to be cut.
But Ottoville's a lot like that. You know?
They are. Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky. It's people are particular. A lot of hardworking, particular people. Yes.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yep. So the neat thing is and you might know this, Mike. I don't even know. Did our parents, you know, did they meet up because they both sold lawnmowers, or how did mom and dad get to know your dad?
You know, that is a good question, but it would almost had to been maybe at a Simplicity show.
Yeah.
And they met your family.
I'm gonna have to ask.
Yeah.
You don't know either, huh?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure, but I know Dad used to do a lot of trading with Doyle Moore when he had the store in Scott.
Okay.
And you guys were in Stryker.
Well, so that's where they started the company, is up at Stryker, but Dad had the branch down in Scott.
Oh, so he took that over.
Yeah,
from
Dad,
Doyle.
I think Dad bought it. Well, him and his brothers bought it out at one time, and then Dad eventually bought his brothers out, and then that's how it started. And then here we are doing stained glass.
Yeah,
go figure.
So they would have had to meet, I would say, because I know Simplicity had a lot of shows.
Yeah,
and Dad loved going to those shows. So I bet you that's where they got connected.
I bet you that's a definite connection there. But
yeah,
but
I'll bet too.
I guess leading into that a little bit, so we kind of touched on it here a few minutes ago, but, you know, we talked about, you know, Dad always, you know, spoke real highly of your mom and dad, and he was one of the big inspirations. Your dad was to move in over to the Ottoville
come close
area.
to Ottoville.
To come close.
Yeah,
to
I know he pushed that, didn't he?
He wanted in Ottoville.
He wanted into town.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is better for you.
We got as close as we could without getting out of Van Wert County.
Yeah, you're right on the line, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're right on the line.
See, Dad had always done business in Van Wert, so we thought, you know what, we're gonna stay in Van Wert County, but we're gonna get as close as we can to Ottoville, you know, to keep both parties happy.
It was a darn good move, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Perfect move.
Yep. So
Dad admired your mom and dad, that's for sure. Yeah, he really did.
Yeah.
I'm glad he persuaded him to come over here. It's great.
The rest is history on that front.
The rest is history.
So now we're doing stained glass, columbariums, and everything in between.
Yeah, man.
So we got a chance to walk through the shop a little bit. It's grown a little bit since the last time you've been here.
It has grown a lot. It's impressive. It really is impressive. It's just people don't realize what you guys can do and where you started and where you're at now. Yeah. Gosh, man, that's pretty special.
In business, it's about taking steps, right? You know, you take the next right step. And I think you guys probably did that a lot. So Dan and Jim, you had to have them, or else you wasn't coming back into the company.
Well, that's what at
least that was your
definitely
thought.
had that in my head. Yeah.
So what was the draw? Like, I guess working with your brothers. I mean, how did that play into, you know, what you wanted to do with your career?
Well, when all three were finally finished with school and in the business, Mike had his job, Dan had his job, and Jim had his job. So that's the way it needed to be to make it work. Mm-hmm. You had to stay separated, otherwise it's
too much conflict.
Yeah, you're gonna have issues. So that's what we did, and Dan getting involved in the floor covering business, and that has just escalated. Mm-hmm. And of course, the big issue there is finding help. Finding installers is very difficult. Mm-hmm. So Dan was doing a lot of it with an outside employee. And as Dan got older, my son Seth now kind of took over Dan's position. Mm-hmm. And Jim's son-in-law is helping Seth. So we really just have one team installing floors. Okay. Which is great. It's wonderful. But we have room for lots more, but you just can't find the help.
Sure. So you don't have the capacity. You have the people that are coming to you, but you're just in some cases. So you find you have to turn a lot of business down because you just can't get to it, and they want it done sooner.
Or? We are turning just a little bit down.
Yeah.
And if someone would come in for a church or some of the big jobs, where we have to move so many file cabinets and desks, Dan will turn them down. We just can't do them. It's just too much.
Too much.
And if we book too much commercial business, which churches and VFWs, I mean, it just doesn't stop. We don't want to have to start telling retail customers that it's going to be 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
Yeah.
But sure would love to have another crew. That would be wonderful, because then we could really go to bat.
Yep.
So floor covering is another niche that it's tough.
Yep.
I wouldn't want to be an installer. It's hard work.
It's on your knees a lot.
It is hard work.
Yep.
And the appliance business has gone crazy, even more so than the floor covering. Very, very, very busy. But then the more business creates more issues.
Yeah.
You have more washers out there and more that break, and they're breaking under warranty, and people don't like being without appliances.
Right. So how do you navigate that? I mean, if an appliance goes down, does a lot of people want to file that warranty and just get it fixed, but they know that they're out for a few days? And I think that's probably getting harder for you too to find, enough service people maybe to get around and do that on a timely manner.
That's definitely an issue. There's just really one father-son team in the area that's running service, and they're running ragged.
Yeah.
When a person has a refrigerator or a washer and it's under warranty, doesn't even have to be under warranty, but when it fails, they don't want to hear next week. It's they want it fixed now. That gets to be tough. So if the servicer can't be out there soon enough, we're in the middle.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes difficult. Just had another case today. This guy, he was upset. His wife's upset. The washer's under warranty. They had to order parts. I just come up and I'll give you one to use. So I took one right off the floor and go for it. But then the heat's off.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. But you don't get that with everybody. I mean, you're a small town guy that just values people.
well, if you got that with everybody, you'd get out of the business. You wouldn't.
Right.
You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But that's all part of it. That's all part of it.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you can't take the heat for a product that you didn't manufacture. All you did was
No.
retail it, right? I mean, so
Correct.
you guys are
We're in the middle.
You're in the middle.
We're in the middle.
And you do your best. It's a case by case basis, right?
It is.
Every business is.
There's no rule.
No.
You can come up with a rule, and as soon as we come up with a rule, it's broken the next day.
Right.
So you just have to bend.
Yeah. We have a something we say around here is, this is the way that we always do it, but situation dictates. Situation dictates. I mean, you're always going to come across something that you've never seen before. At least in our business,
We do too.
And I bet you do too. I mean, it's you have those different clients, and people are all different.
We're all different.
I-
Overall, they're wonderful. Our customer base is wonderful overall. We're very lucky.
We're very fortunate too. I mean, and
I
that's
bet
part
you
of where
guys
we
are.
live, right? I mean, I think where we
It
live,
is. Has
we
a lot
live
to
in
do with it.
a great
Yep.
area where people are understanding, and and let's face it, you don't really, it doesn't help to get upset. In most cases, I mean, people are more willing to help a guy that can keep his cool and say, "Hey, let's work through
Well,
this. We understand. We don't like it. You don't like it, but let's find the common ground."
Yeah.
But
You're always going to get further. That's for sure.
yeah,
And even customers, when they come at you with the daggers, you really don't want to help them.
you don't want to, right?
Your blood pressure goes up.
Yeah.
But when they present the case and kind of ask, is there anything you can do to help? That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Then you want to help.
Then you want to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if it hurts a little bit, so what? You help
Yeah.
them. In the long run, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But
Ultimately,
overall, the customer base, yes, very lucky.
best advertising you can get is taking good care of your clients, right?
That's
I mean,
for sure.
I think that's where we're at
It
in business. Is it,
Yeah.
if I could spend, some money here to get my name out there, and that's important.
Yep.
Like you guys, I think you do some stuff. You just do on the radio as well. Do you do radio and
We
TV?
do a little bit of radio, a little bit of TV, but a lot of our money now is spent on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's just the way of things.
Oh my gosh, even elderly people.
They're
they're
getting
looking online. I mean, with our scratch and dent appliances, they're looking online. It amazes me when an 80-year-old person comes in and said, I saw this online.
Yeah, or at least their grandkids showed them. Hey, I found this one for you,
Right.
Grandma. Yeah,
So
it looks great.
that has changed a lot. The advertising has dramatically changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find that that's the best source for you guys in retail is online, or it's the mix of all of them?
Well, we belong to a buying group called Brand Source,
Okay.
and that helps us compete with the box stores in the appliance business mainly. They absolutely almost laugh at you anymore if you suggest a run out to send out flyers or newspaper advertising or TV advertising or radio. It's all about the internet.
Get on the internet.
That's all they push. So I'm not sure they're 100% right. We still do, when I run TV ads, gosh, people come in and say, hey, we saw this on TV. That's why we're over here. Brand new customer. So it's working.
I've seen Seth and Kyle, on the different
they're
ones.
doing a good job.
Seth's sleeping sometimes on the mattresses, and Kyle's up, with you. I think it's good.
Well, they're tired of seeing me, so we're getting some new blood in there.
Well, at the end of the day, you build it. You're building it, letting people know you're going to be around.
Correct.
Right? I mean, you have
Correct.
those younger generations, and for us, I mean, so I had you pegged for second generation. I thought your mom and dad started it,
so
and
you
then I
didn't
found
realize.
out, and then I found out your grandpa started it. So
and
grandpa
34 is
started it,
amazing.
then your mom and dad, then you, and now you got your kids coming in. So
Yes.
4 generations of Bendele selling furniture, appliances, and floor coverings.
And if you look at the statistics, that's unusual.
It is extremely unusual.
It's unusual. So it's very special, that's for sure. Yeah, we feel blessed. It's a challenge some days. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's a challenge.
You haven't wringed anybody's neck yet?
Oh no, but close.
Close. Working with family.
And then sometimes you forget that when you're discussing things, but hey, we're open. There might be a customer out there.
Yeah. Oh wow.
We need to do some of these when we're closed. But,
Yeah.
oh well, all in all, you have to make it work. If you don't accept certain things, and I've learned to bend. You just have to bend.
Yeah.
Make it work. Yeah, you guys will probably have disagreements.
No. No, Mike, come on. No.
It's interesting.
No, but
You make it work.
you do. But you get to see your kids and your brother.
Yes.
And you got to see your mom and dad when they was there on a day-to-day basis because you guys all linked arms and you had a common goal. And look what the Lord blessed for all that.
Yep. And you don't let a day go by and forget that, because that's true. Yes. Yeah. Dad and Dad, even when he retired, basically, was still up there all the time.
Yeah.
And Mom still did the bookwork.
Yeah, you might know something about that here pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're off the clock.
I
Can't wait.
heard you thinking about turning some more of the reins over. Is that a true statement?
It is a true statement.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess the way I call it is off the clock.
Off the clock.
So when I hit 65, I'm off the clock. I want to help, but I want to help with things that doesn't require a time.
Yeah.
I can do it at 2 a.m. if I want to.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine what that's going to be like.
Yeah. it's the retirement that would be good for us, right? You still stay productive.
Yeah.
You still help out. You do some work, but you're not tied to it.
Don't have to open the door and don't have to lock it and don't have to answer the phone. I'm to the point now when the phone rings and I'm thinking, nobody else can get this. I have to get that phone.
Yeah.
Mike has to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
I take a deep breath because you just never know what you're going to hear.
No, man.
And I thought, now wait a minute, I've heard everything under the sun, but sure as heck, it's another situation.
Yeah.
But by taking the deep breath, that helps.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be the same way someday, Jason.
I believe I probably will.
Although
be.
it's a little different for you. You don't deal with
not
public as much as we do.
Yeah, not the retail. We're blessed with the fact that we deal with churches and cemetery organizations and different people like that. Most people are pretty reasonable, with who we deal with.
I'm
and
sure.
I suppose if they're not, they shouldn't be in the church, huh?
Yeah.
they miss their.
If they start swearing at you, that's probably not a good thing.
Maybe you guys should reevaluate. No, actually, our clientele is really great.
But you normally work with the church councils?
Yeah.
Not just the priest.
Not just the priest, not just the pastors. Actually, if you're in the Catholic, the priests are there, and sometimes
Yeah.
they are extremely involved. And other ones, we want the committee to do
Sit
it.
back and some.
Yep. We'll be there to sign the contract or maybe answer a question, but ultimately they want their committees to take care of it.
Yeah.
And then in the
that makes
church,
sense.
whether they're evangelical, non-denominational, Catholics, or Methodist, Lutherans, they almost always have some sort of a committee that you have to go through.
Yeah.
And really that's became why we've been successful is, you have a lot of these church people. Best advertising is word of mouth, in our opinion.
Oh
For
my
our
gosh, yeah,
company,
for you
that's the
guys.
best advertising. You do a great job for people at a reasonable cost, and people come back. And you take care of your clients, And that was one of the big questions I had for you, Mike, is how do you train the next generation? Because you're in a different sector. You got to train the next generation on how to be good business people, how to interact with the public, how to handle those hard situations. You said Kyle was doing a great job for you guys. So,
And yes, Jason, that's a great question. And I look back, we never really had any specific training. They just kind of came into the business and kind of just listened to what we were doing, and they took off.
yeah.
And when I sit back and listen to the younger generation answer the phone, I'm mesmerized on how well of a job they do. I didn't teach them. I did not teach them.
You know what they say?
They just know it.
The best stuff is caught. It's not taught. So
I guess.
I bet you they had some good teachers around them, Mike.
Well,
between you and your brother and Jim and both.
Thank the Lord for taking the deep breath first. Maybe that helped a little bit. But no, really, they just all three of the boys and Rachel. And the girls, the other employees too, are great.
Yeah,
I mean, they all do a super job. But no, Dad never really taught me. It's just I started in that store when I was about 8.
Yeah.
So I grew up in it, and I just listened to all of the employees and watched how they handled situations, watched how Dad handled situations. And I think that's what the fourth generation's doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's working.
So you're saying that best thing you can do is you do a good job raising your kids. Yeah, you operate with integrity, and that's what you get out.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's a wonderful feeling sitting back and listening to them. And there's difficult situations, but they're calm, they're smooth. You have to let the customer. Sometimes they'll come in. I mean, their guns are loaded. Their guns are loaded, and I've witnessed between the employees when they were finished with the customer was thanking us. The cannonballs fell right out of the cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wonderful thing. I think some of that just comes natural.
Yeah.
You just know how to handle people.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Now that's
take a deep breath.
That's good advice. Just to
Yeah, it is.
like you said, people want to help people that are reasonable. And then a reasonable person, maybe if somebody came in with their guns loaded, like you said,
Oh,
and they was ready to, kind of go off a little bit. But if they encounter somebody that's just nice and cool and can say, hey, we
Correct.
understand there's a problem. How can we fix that problem?
It fades pretty quick.
Yeah.
But what I keep in my mind when I witness someone in that situation, whether it be face to face or on the phone, and they're that bent out of shape over something simple, something else is wrong.
Yeah.
Something else is wrong.
Yep.
So I keep that in my mind, and that helps.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, something else is wrong.
Yep.
So
They need.
you just deal with it, thinking of that, and it helps.
Yeah. That's great advice. That's great advice, Mike.
Yeah, it does. It helps.
Yeah.
I've proven that different times where people have come back in and apologized either to us or to someone that one of the
Going through
Bendeles that
something.
wasn't even involved. Maybe we weren't there, and they explained and apologized why they were so upset.
Yeah.
Nice of them to come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be rewarding.
It is.
It's got to be
It
rewarding.
definitely is.
Because we all can have a lose your crap moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I said that maybe that needs edited. But it's true. I mean,
It definitely is
you
true.
do run into this.
You're not going to you wouldn't witness that as much because you're not dealing with the direct public.
Yeah, no, it's different. Our clientele is definitely different. I mean, because we're dealing with people that are used to making decisions and working with people.
And
And
you're working with a committee, so one
committee.
person's not just going to fire back.
correct.
What for?
Yeah,
They wouldn't be on the committee if they're that type of person anyway.
right.
They
Yep.
wouldn't be involved.
No, 100%.
Now, Jason, do you do any other advertising other than just word of mouth?
We do internet advertising as
You do
well.
internet.
We've
Okay.
tried different things. I mean, we've tried billboards, we've tried radio, we've tried a few of these different
so you
targeted
have.
markets.
Okay.
We've done some stuff,
right.
but I like you said, I think the internet it's where it's at. I mean, ultimately,
They're shopping.
if
online.
people are looking for specific trades, like we're a specialty trade, right? Where there's not one on every street corner. You can't go into every
Whole
every
different
town and
story.
have that type of a person. So there's no way that people are going to find us by driving by if they live 3 hours away. So it has to be online. For to do local advertising on TV, it's hard because it's extremely regional. Now, if you got into a bigger collaborative that would allow maybe a bigger reach, that's one thing. But you got to understand we're dealing with, a lot less clients than what you would.
Yes.
Retail, you're dealing with, a lot of clients in comparison, but we have fewer clients, but they're bigger clients, because they're doing an entire church project. We're doing stained glass, storm glass, custom aluminum framing, custom woodworking, glass manufacturing, or a mix of any one of those. So it's kind of like a general contractor. A general contractor doesn't have to go out and find 500 clients.
Phone's ringing off the wall.
They find, maybe 50 clients, and those 50 clients have, bigger projects.
Yeah. Well, word of mouth for you has got to be big. Like one church someplace, and
Yep.
the next county or 2 counties over. Yeah, it's got to be big.
Yep. That's probably
great.
where it's at for
Yeah.
us,
That's great.
in all honesty. So did you finish college?
I finished college. Yes.
You did. So are
Associate's
you an
degree.
engineer?
I'm not an engineer.
Oh, okay.
I took 1 year of engineering classes,
Okay.
and I pretty much figured out that wasn't going to be for Mike.
Yeah.
So then I went into business classes, and I got associate's degree in business management.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So did your brothers go to college, or did they come right into the business?
Jim went to a technical college in Fort Wayne for service,
Okay.
and gosh, I'm not sure what Dan actually did do.
Okay. Just curious. I mean,
Yeah.
they, it was just today.
Yeah.
The,
Somebody's talking about you.
yeah. So, yeah. Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's what that means.
Okay. Somebody's talking about me. Hopefully it's
That's
good
what they
things.
say.
Right. But, when I graduated, I knew pretty much I was going to come back in the company. I just
Okay.
knew it. I knew that's where I was going.
Yep.
And so I wasn't going to go to college. Dad thought I should get a 2-year degree,
But you didn't want to go.
and I didn't really want to go. But I did. I mean, I guess I say that I didn't want to go, but maybe deep down, because back then, if you didn't go to college, there was something the matter with you, and
It was the norm.
it was the norm.
Yep.
Your guidance counselors would be like, "Oh yeah, you got to go to college.
Just part of
You
it.
got to go to college. That's just what you do as an American. You buy a house, you pay taxes, you go to college, and I think we did that for so many decades that now we're finding out that we need more service people.
Yeah.
We need people in
It's
the
going the other
trades.
direction, isn't it?
It is. So now I feel like I could teach my kids about anything that they needed to be successful in what I do. Now, if you want to go out and be an engineer, there's certain places
Different
you need a
story.
degree. If you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, you've got to have that degree.
You're not going to
But-
get anywhere.
But for me, if they want to come back and work for me, I don't see the back. I mean, I got some
Yeah.
of the best teachers around me that has taught us
That
how
makes
to be
sense. Why would they have to go?
successful. Right.
May as well come right in here.
Absolutely. That's
That's
what we
interesting.
tell them. And, the local community, think of all the business people that we have in the local community that, that these kids can learn from. It's best. That's the best education.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a tug, and my kids are getting to that point where they got to decide:
They're
am I going to go
getting
to
close. Yeah,
college or am I
17.
not? And did your kids? Did they do any college, or did they
My
just come right
kids?
back in the company?
Yeah, Seth actually, he attended a 2-year program at UNOH. Oh, actually, I think he went 4 years
Okay.
at UNOH. And my oldest son, Drew, he's an engineer
Okay.
for GE, so he's in Louisville. And my daughter Anna is a respiratory therapist.
So she had to go.
So she had to go.
Yeah.
She went to Toledo.
So Seth, he came back in the company, but he still got a 4-year degree in business, or
Yes.
Yep.
Which I'm glad he did it. I think it helped him with people, even though he's a full-time flooring mechanic now. But it's still, maybe that's where he got some of his knack. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt.
No.
I mean,
didn't hurt.
when I was in college, I was doing 18 credit hours and working full-time.
Oh,
Yeah. And so that was a lot of work, but I can honestly say one of the most valuable lessons I learned out of college is it doesn't matter how good it doesn't matter. You have to keep yourself motivated. If you have a whole bunch of work here and then you have a whole bunch of studies, your professors, they don't care if you get an F. They just don't.
Yeah, and they don't care if you're working 40 hours a week.
And they don't care
either.
if you're working 40 hours.
No.
So you have to stay self-motivated. It instilled, I already had a really good work ethic. I think I've always had a really good work ethic.
I'm sure you did.
But
yes.
but ultimately that reinforced that work ethic that, you got to work really hard and you got to study really hard.
You had to be disciplined, didn't you?
You had to be disciplined.
I agree. What I did, I forget how many credit hours, that's a long time ago, but I did that one summer where I took pretty many credit hours and then I worked full time at the store, and oh my God, no more of that.
Yeah.
That was all Mike could handle.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, that was tough.
But
it helps shape a person, and it definitely gives them the discipline. Doesn't hurt a darn thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
We'll shift here a little bit. So, how is so you've done a lot of exercising over the year. I've seen you riding your bike all the time, and we talked about all the runs that you like to do, and so has that been something that's kept you disciplined? Is just by doing that? Did you do it because you enjoyed it, or what was the?
Well,
and I asked that because I think it's really important because guys like you and me, we're in the office a lot.
Yep.
So you have to find time to stay healthy.
Still have time to make it hurt.
Yeah,
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I ran cross country for 3 years. Good buddy of mine, he persuaded me when I was a sophomore to run cross country, so I did. And boy, I would be out there running in August when we started, and we'd be out there in the sun, and I kept thinking, what in the Lord's name am I doing out here? This is ridiculous. There's got to be, I could be at the store instead of out here running.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it absolutely 100% makes a man out of you.
Yeah.
You figure out how far you can push yourself and how much you can make it hurt. Definitely. It helped me big time running cross country. Yes. And I even thanked the coach different times as time went on that, yeah, you made a big difference in my life. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's a great thought that you come up with, because that discipline
Served you well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And to this day, and I don't get crazy about it anymore, but I still, I'll do my exercises in the morning, whether it be sit-ups and push-ups, and I'll still push myself.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how far you can push yourself further than you think. You can make it hurt.
Oh yeah.
And when you're finished, it feels great.
Yeah.
It
Till
makes
the
a
next
person
day.
feel good. Well, no,
You're
once you get it, it don't hurt the next day.
even
No, it's
huh.
it just feels great to be in shape.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good way to say it.
No, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to a person maybe a year or so ago, and I never heard of the exercise, the plank.
Uh-huh.
So he was explaining, you know what the plank is?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, most people did. I was the only ding-a-ling didn't know what the plank was. So he explained that to me. I was complaining about my lower back. Well, it's from stacking appliances and all the other crazy stuff that I do. So I started doing the plank. I do it every morning, almost religiously, and my back pain is gone.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
But for
that
a
is good
lousy
feeling.
couple minutes in the morning. But again, you can make it burn. You can do it for 30 seconds, and you'll say, "Oh my gosh, that's enough."
It's too much. But
No, you can know how much you can push.
yeah.
And it things like that, it just doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it helps.
Yeah.
It helps, not just with your own body. It just helps the whole scope of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You do you exercises?
I try to do more and more all the
Yeah,
time,
good.
but
Yep.
I don't exercise as much as I should. But now you're spurring me on.
You gonna start
Mike.
doing the plank?
Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing the plank because my back does hurt from all that, different things that I've done over the years and jumping off scaffolding and,
Yep.
Well,
You're young yet, but
I
still,
know.
it doesn't hurt to
yeah, start getting into it again.
start doing it. Start with 30 seconds, and then let me know when you get up to 3.5 minutes.
Okay, it's
right.
it's a deal. I know last time you put me to the test. You wanted to see one arm push-ups.
Yeah, And you honestly can do that.
I can. But it's
Jason, you're ahead of about 99% of the public because most people cannot do that.
Yep.
Now, so you would literally get down and do them once in a while? A one-arm push-up?
I don't do them for fun. Yeah, almost somebody has to push me to do it.
How many can you do?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not more than 10. Of those.
That's amazing.
But
That's amazing. Good for you.
But I used to, and I need to
Good
do it
for
some
you.
more. Is we used to work out with the boys because they're in. My oldest boy, he plays baseball and he used to wrestle,
Okay.
but then he got so involved in music, he just does baseball and music.
Oh,
But my youngest boy, he
great.
still wrestles, and so he's starting to get into the workout phase.
Is he?
And so I feel like I'm probably going to need to start doing it with him, if nothing else, just to, something else to do with your kids, right?
Just to get the feeling.
Yeah.
Or to be with your
Yeah,
kids.
be with kids, but also
Yeah.
get fit, do some stuff. I mean,
I think it's like a lot of other things. Once you get it. When I started running in cross country after high school, I continued running, and if you don't do it, you miss it.
yeah, I agree with that.
You just miss it. So to get them involved, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll do it forever.
That's what's going to happen with work. You guys so used to doing it, you're going to miss it.
Oh gosh,
You don't know about that one?
well, no, I'm not sure. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm going to find out. I can always go back.
Yeah,
unless they don't hire me. But
yeah, they'll hire you. They're too valuable of a resource, Mike. Dad talks about retiring here someday, and I just said,
Does
you're
he?
not going to retire. You'll come in when you want to. You'll do that
Well,
kind of a retirement, but ultimately, I think he's like you. At some point, the
Still
day to
gonna
day
show
is not what you long for anymore. But to be involved and to be connected with that group of people that you've spent your whole life working with, you're going to be hard pressed to leave it. So
if I just had to go out stone cold
yeah,
and do nothing, oh God, no, I wouldn't like that at all.
no,
Oh no, I definitely want to be involved. I want to help with a lot of things. There's a ton of things that I can help with at Out of the Hardware and Furniture that doesn't require being there on time.
yeah.
That's
And to be honest, I don't know that you might not. And I say this because I believe it to be true. Is and I think of it as when I get older and my kids start, I phase out and they start taking over someday.
they'll come.
It could be one of the most valuable things that ever happened to them. And I say that because I believe that at that point they have to start making those decisions. And they have to
Figure out what
start
they want.
operating the company in such a way that they're responsible for the decisions they make. Doesn't mean that dad won't help. Doesn't mean you won't help
Right.
out the kids when they get jammed up. Okay, this is where we're at. This is a way forward. This is how you want to do it.
Yeah,
And
they're
they're
going
going
to
to
have to
value.
realize.
They're
They're
going
going
to
to realize we're going to have to make the decisions.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's just a phase of life. I mean, if we did our job as parents, then our kids will make good decisions
They will.
and they'll be self-sufficient. And I think that,
they will.
in your case, it sounds like they're getting there. They're almost there if they're not there.
Very blessed, that's for sure. Very blessed. Yeah. So you think your kids will definitely get involved? They definitely don't know yet.
The door's open.
Yeah,
I don't.
but you don't know for sure, right?
They're not out of high school yet. I think there's a number of
Okay.
there's definitely interest for my kids, but then we got nieces and nephews running around here too. That as they get older, we'll see if they got some interest. Like you said, you had some that came back and some that didn't, and that's
Right.
okay.
And like Dad with us, he didn't push us whatsoever.
Yep.
He never. I don't think one time I could sense he needed help, but he didn't tell me what to do or didn't persuade me one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I always kind of thought, well, that makes most sense with my kids. Just let them.
They got to
what
make
they
that.
want.
Got to make that decision.
Yeah. And out of the three, I don't think had any interest whatsoever. But that could change.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back in someday,
Yeah.
which, gosh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they would move close to Ottoville and make my wife happy.
Oh, I bet. You guys got to do a lot of traveling. to get down there? They come to you?
No,
or
she's just 2 hours, and Drew's in Louisville, so that's 4 hours. No, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But those two don't have children yet.
Ah.
So
That's
if and
sad.
when they do, then my wife would wish they would be close.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they might wish they was close.
And they might wish.
The free babysitters.
That makes a big difference. Yeah. Yeah, I think Seth is realizing that it's pretty special to have them close.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Well, that's cool. I gotta get through a couple more of my questions. I always
Okay. We get sidetracked.
it's good.
All right.
That's the best.
Okay.
That's the best way.
Okay. All right.
Those are the best podcasts. I don't ever give my podcast or my guest any questions because then it would feel rehearsed,
Well, it's true.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it would.
it's good to have a nice, good
Yeah,
organic.
let it flow.
Yeah.
Let it flow. Okay.
Grip it and rip it, they say.
I didn't hear that one.
It's a
it,
golfing
rip it.
term, I think.
Oh yeah, golf. Okay.
I don't know. I don't play enough.
I'm not a
golf.
golfer.
I don't have enough time to
Yeah,
golf too
I'm
much.
not a golfer.
If I get out, I'm
Well,
very
see,
fortunate.
don't say you don't have enough time,
Well,
because if you really enjoyed it, you'd make the time.
that's true.
Yes.
I've said
That's
that
with
a
anything.
lot. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I always kind of told myself I did a little golfing way back with my brother-in-law years and years ago, and the only thing I had in my head, I got better things I could be doing.
yeah.
That's not really the right attitude.
No,
No.
not if you want to have a good time.
If you enjoy, yes, that's right. Yeah, if you
Although
want to
the-
enjoy golfing, go out and enjoy it.
those
Yeah, you'll
those
make
little
the
white
time.
balls though, they can ruin an afternoon. They're not always fun.
I think I would have to keep buying new clubs all the time. If I,
Yeah. Well, but I always said because I'll go golfing every once in a while, and if you
Good
hit a
for
few
you.
if you hit a few bad shots, at the end of the
be
day,
it.
this is the way that I look at it: is I don't play every week, so if I hit some bad shots,
you got a good excuse.
yeah, I got a good excuse. I mean, if I played all the time and I hit a bad shot, then what's your excuse? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Shoot. So what's the most what is one of the most memorable times that you've had either with your family at the business or out of the business? It doesn't
Oh,
matter. I mean, you
gosh.
got to have a good one. So
Well, probably the most memorable was when we had our 90th anniversary in September of 24.
yeah,
So Dad was in the nursing home and wasn't doing the best. Would get frustrated when we would go because he couldn't come home. I don't want to start crying. But when we had our anniversary on a Saturday, Dan and Jim went to go pick him up. I said, it's not going to work. What they did, brought Dad back, and he did wonderful. It was pretty special. It was very special. I could not believe how well he remembered certain people. I think your mom and dad might have been there.
yeah,
That was the most special time ever. Very nice. Yeah, it was a Saturday in September. They took him back to the nursing home, and he did okay. He realized that he had to stay. It wasn't easy,
sure.
but we had some awesome pictures of mom and dad with the whole gang.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, Those are great memories, Mike.
Yeah.
Those are great memories, and
Sure is.
you should never apologize for great memories. So
That was the best. That was special.
yeah, your mom and dad meant a lot to not just you guys, but they meant a lot to the community.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate
They did. They meant a lot to the community. They meant a lot to my mom and dad. And because of we've talked about that for years, about the reason we moved out of Ottoville because of
Yeah.
Bob
Bendele.
and it's a great story.
Yeah, that is a great story.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
And think about the people. So you guys had that tragedy there at the shop there when the roof caved in.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Because of the water. What was it, 9 or 10 inches of rain?
Yeah, it was maybe not quite that much, but it was a Monday night, and it was a lot of water. And I was actually coming back from a brand source meeting in Indianapolis. It was a Monday night. So this is like 6:30. Seth and I were coming back, and I get the phone call from Sue, and I couldn't even understand her. What are you talking about? I kept thinking she meant the floor covering building that we just built. Well, that roof, it's impossible for that roof to cave in. Well, finally it kicked in. I thought, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. So of course we get back, and there it was. How many gallon of water? It went all the way from the front of the building back into the office, which is over 100 feet away, all down the basement. Furniture was ruined. A mess. I don't wish that on anybody.
No.
But nobody got hurt because we were still open when it came down. Wendy had just been up there with a customer, and she heard some creaking. She kept saying, yeah, I heard some creaking up there. Well, they were not up there when it came down. Thank the Lord for that.
Right.
But, that was
Wild.
a mess.
Wild.
That was a mess. And thank you guys. You came up and helped.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't just us, Mike. That whole community.
There was a lot
showed
of people up there.
That whole community showed
Yeah.
up, and I think about that, and I do. I've thought about that multiple times, Mike. And one of the coolest things that I thought about is when all those people showed up,
Yeah.
and you know the measure of a person
Oh, yeah.
and a family
Yep.
based on the response that happens when something tragic happens. And I looked around there, and I seen business people, I seen just local people, I seen everybody from that entire community.
A lot
came out.
a lot of younger girls. I remember them carrying those recliners up the steps, thinking,
I remember
"You're gonna hurt yourself."
And I remember seeing, I mean, we was down in the basement pushing water out
Yeah,
and backing it out.
yeah.
And mom and dad was able to sit with your mom and dad
Yeah,
because they
out
was
in the office. That
up
was
in the
special.
office. They got an opportunity
Yeah.
to sit down. But,
that was
I just, and I think
very
about it. And I
special.
think about it's a wonderful life
yeah.
with, oh man, what was that guy's name in the,
Oh, yeah.
shoot.
I don't remember his name either.
anyway.
Yeah, everybody knows that show though.
Yeah, but everybody knows that show comes on every Christmas, right?
Right.
It'll come to me after the podcast is over.
Yeah.
But all the people showed up when they found out that he was in trouble, and I constantly,
that was-
or
that
not
was a
constantly, but
special-
from time to time, I think back about your, I mean, a life well lived is based on the people that
Right.
showed
Around
up.
you. Yeah.
That are
People
around
that are
you.
around you. Yeah. That was, everything turned out okay, but boy, what an ordeal. Oh my gosh. Don't want to do that again.
no nobody wants to. George Bailey.
George Bailey.
George
yeah,
Bailey.
there you go. Good
That's
job,
what it
Jason.
is. It took me a
Good
while.
job.
Took me a second to,
Yeah, I
to
wouldn't have
finish it up.
Good job.
So yeah, that was funny. But
Yeah.
George Bailey. We heard you was in trouble, George, and we just couldn't help. We had to come over.
Had to help.
Yeah, that was you, Mike. We heard, hey, Mike, we heard this. You guys had a problem. We showed up, and that's just
Thank you guys again. 'Cause that was, you were down there, with the broom, wasn't you?
with
Swishing it back to the
pushing
corner,
water
and the sump
and,
pump.
and stuff, and yeah.
And everybody did blame it on toilet paper.
Oh, they did.
Yes, because the basement.
Tell me the story.
Well, after the ball games,
Uh-huh.
or whenever people went to state or whatever regionals, the big toilet paper celebration in town.
Oh, they would chuck them.
Yes, and so many people kept saying, because in the basement, I don't know if you remember, but it looked like toilet paper. It was like blobs of white.
Okay.
I kept thinking, okay, there can't be that much toilet paper up in that roof. Every time I went up there wasn't toilet paper.
Yeah.
But with the throwing the big rolls, and they would throw them over the wires, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe some did get up there. Well, it was insulation that was coming down, and it looked like toilet paper. It was all white insulation.
Yeah. From the building that came
From the
down.
baffles that were up there.
Okay.
I don't know how many people would come into the store later and say, oh, that's a shame that toilet paper clogged those drains up there.
No.
I had to remind everyone that was not. So spread the word. It was not toilet paper.
It
No.
wasn't the kids that went to state's fault.
Right. Yeah, but a lot of people, they swore it was toilet paper was the problem. No, it was just the abundance of water that we got in that short time period, and the roof just couldn't take it.
Just couldn't take it. Or
Down
your
it.
drain. I mean, and it's not only the roof sometimes it's about, the sewer system just can't take that much water. I mean, the amount of water that the city would have got all at that one time. I mean, that's why things flood. I
Well,
mean, there's just a certain capacity of every system, and your system just couldn't take it.
It just couldn't take it. And there's 2 drains up there, and when it was all said and done, and now it's basically built the same way, but there's 2 overflows up there now.
Uh-huh.
And when we had that hard rain, that was a Tuesday night about 3-4 weeks ago.
You worried?
Well, it was coming down the overflow. I've never seen it come down the overflow since 22.
Okay.
So I did go up there, and that overflow worked great.
Yeah.
And it's about 2 inches higher than the roof. So if you
And
get
it just
too much
shoots it out
water
on the
now,
ground?
just goes
Okay.
into spouting out on the ground.
Awesome.
So it worked great.
Yeah.
So for that to happen again would be almost impossible
Almost impossible. Yeah.
for it to collapse again. But
Somebody might be getting a shower if they're walking down the sidewalk, but other than that, it's fine.
if they're walking right down that sidewalk and it's pouring down, and
But they're already wet if that's
they're
the
already
case.
wet. Yeah, they're going to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
But so there's 2 of those catches up there.
Yeah.
But to have a roof in the middle of town, and we go up there now about every 6 months just to make sure everything's like cleaning your spouting, just to make sure it's all clear. It is unbelievable how the muck can form when there's no trees.
Right.
Just from stuff in the air, how it collects up there. So we'll get up there and make darn sure it's.
It's good and good.
Now the overflows don't get dirty, but I'm just talking about the regular drains just to keep. I was just up there a few weeks ago. It's unbelievable. I had a half of a 5-gallon bucket of just muck.
2.5 gallons of
No,
muck.
2.5 gallons of muck. Yes.
Jeez.
I said, Ryan, throw up the dustpan, throw up the room. Yep, there's muck. We're going to get rid of it.
Well, them kids can't say that Dad won't do it. Dad does
That's
it.
right. Dad does it.
Dad does it.
Get the forklift, put a pedal on the forklift, raise me up there. Get it done.
Edit that out. No. No. Oh,
You don't have any roof issues here, do you? I hope. Jeez. We could write you a book about roof issues.
Yeah. No.
Anyways.
Oh, shoot. Well, awesome. It's been a good conversation, Mike.
Thank you.
It's
I hope so.
It's been real good. Yeah,
Thanks.
we got a little bit of history on you guys. We got some good old stories from years gone by. And,
All right. We're great.
and a little bit of business education. So
Hope it was good.
it's great.
Hope it was good. Yep. All right. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So.
All right. So we're good?
So we're good. So that's it for this episode of The Creative Niche. So we thank you for tuning in. We thank Mike for showing up and giving us a little bit of history on
You are
what
welcome.
you guys did.
I enjoyed it.
It's,
I always
it's-
enjoy coming out here.
Yeah.
I really do.
We enjoy having you guys.
I really do.
So, but with the local gem right here in Ottoville. So Ottoville Hardware and Furniture, if you guys need anything, check them out. If they want to get a hold of you, Mike, what's the best way of them getting a hold of you?
Best way would be 419-453-3338.
3338. Number at the shop?
That's the number at the shop.
Okay. Awesome. So if you guys want to get a hold of them, give Mike a call there at Ottoville Hardware and Furniture. And if you like our podcast and you like the content you're hearing, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, check us out on the internet. That's it for this episode. Have a great one.